Hi there, in this screencast I'm going to show you how to set up images for a scrolling background game. So the screencast is going to be doing Flappy Bird where there actually is a background image and then only a ground image down at the bottom of the screen scrolls along with the pillars when the game is running, and the background or the ground image on the bottom of the screen scrolls at startup when the game starts. So if, however, you're doing your own game where the entire background image scrolls, you would really not have to have a background image at all, but your background would be two actor objects that are the exact same size as the screen itself. And those actor objects will be constantly scrolling. In our case, with Flappy Bird, we're going to have a background image and then just have actor objects at the bottom of the screen that are scrolling. So I'm going to set my background image right now. I did want to show you how to scale a background image for the size of the screen that your background image is being displayed on. This helps so that no matter what screen your kind of screen someone's running your game, it won't, all of the image will appear on the screen. So if you go into the My World class, and you look at the name of your background image file. In the constructor for My World, you're going to make a temporary or local variable that's called greenfoot image, whose data type, I'm sorry, is greenfoot image. And then I'm just going to call it G. You could call it anything you want because it's just kind of a temporary variable that you're going to be using. And then you're going to say equals new greenfoot image, and then you're going to give the name of one of the files that you're going to use if you're doing a background image. So if you're doing a background image and not which we are in Flappy Bird, I think the Flappy Bird image is called extra long background. So you would do this. You would say extra long, I think it's background.jpg. All right, and then I'm going to scale the image to get height and get width and get height. And then I'm going to set that as my background image for my game. So I'm going to say set background, and then it's G. All right, and now if I go and look at my game, I should see a background image that basically takes up the entire screen. So I'm also going to show you how you would do it for an image like this one, where the image, as you can see, does not take up the entire screen. And just to show you that it does work. So this is called sky.jpg. So I'm going to put it in the images folder for my Flappy Bird game. And let's see, where is it? It is right there. All right. Oh, it's already there, so I don't have to worry about it. So you can definitely see that it's not the full screen. So now, if I just set it as the background image, for example, if I do, let's see, if I go into the code and I do greenfoot image. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I just call set image from. All right, so if I just call set image, you can see it's going to be tiled, and that's the default behavior for any image in Greenfoot, either for actor objects or for the background. So, however, if I scale it first in the constructor before setting it as the background, then when I go and look at it, it will be stretched to take up the whole screen. All right, and that's really what you want to do. You can scale images inside of Paint.net. However, they'll always be the same image if you scale the same size if you scale them outside of Greenfoot in Paint.net. And it's really better to have your game so that the image is not going to be tiled or cropped artificially if you're depending on what the pixel dimensions of your screen are. All right, so that's how you would scale an image no matter where you're scaling it. And typically you scale it in the constructor of an object. And the constructor, of course, is the method for either the My World class or the actor object class that begins with public and then the name of the class itself. So typically you'll have these 3 lines of code, and that will allow you to scale any image to the size that you want. Now in the case of the background image, we would be scaling it to the get width and get height of the screen, but we could have just as easily have said like 100, 200, and now you're going to see I should have something when I go back to my image. I have a background made up of tiled 100 by 200 pixels. So that works no matter where you are for scaling images. You declare a kind of a temporary variable and you say equals new Greenfoot image. You give the name of the file that's in the images folder of your game. Then with the name of the variable you just declared, you say .scale, and then you put in parentheses a width and a height, and then finally you set the background. You call set background if you're setting the background image to be that image. In the case of an actor object, you would call set image. So if I'm in the class of an actor object in its constructor and I want to scale the image, after I scale it, I don't say set background, I say set image. All right, so that's how to scale images, and the first screencast is finished.